What's going on, everyone? AJ from Sofa Kings here, and we're back to talk about UFC 300 with our verdict picks. Let's get into it. Look, starting off the picks, we have Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan is honestly a really tough fucking prospect. If we go into his wins and loss column here, he has an impressive win over Beneil Dariush that I think surprised a lot of people, myself included. I'm pretty sure I had Beneil winning that fight. Maybe that was the fan kind of coming out from me. But before that, he finished Joaquim Silva in a really good fight. Did lose to Matej Gamrot in a decision. I can't remember if that decision was close or not. But it's not like he's not fighting, really tough competition here. I mean, let's just look at his first fight in the UFC. It was against none other than the champ Islam Makhachev. Then he goes on to beat OAM, who's honestly been having a solid career with the PFL. That's a really tough veteran. Matt Frevola, right? That's a good win. Christos Gallegos, that's a good win as well. Look, I think if anything, Charles Oliveira has everything to lose in this fight. And if we're really talking about it, I'm going to question his hunger for this. Am I saying he doesn't want to be the champ? Of course he wants to be the champ. Of course he wants that title shot back. Actions speak louder than words, and sometimes when he's out doing all these other events, and I get it, people have lives. I'm not saying that like your entire life needs to be revolved around MMA all the time. If you're an athlete, however, it probably will significantly enhance your ability to win. Look, his last loss was to Islam Makhachev, and it might be good for us to go back and look at the difference in how those two fighters lost. Now, Arman is going to be a significantly different fighter at the beginning of his UFC career, right? Because he obviously had a career before that. But it's going to be a lot different than the fight with Charles and Islam. Charles knocking out Beneil Dariush, again, surprising people, right? I didn't expect him to be Justin. Maybe I'm just not picking Charles for all the wrong reasons, and maybe because I'm picking Arman in this fight, and I'm going to go ahead and just say it now. I'm going to pick Arman Tsarukyan by knockout. He's a 3.61 times underdog on here, and we'll take a look at the betting odds here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick knockout, actually. I think he gets it done over Charles. It's a very wild pick, but within within the second round. I'm not going to boost any XP on that just because I'm not entirely too sure. It sucks to go against Charles because he seems to just doubt me every time. But this is just one of those cases where I think he's going to go 34-10. And we're going to see a brand new number one contender for that. So let's move on to the controversial placement. Bo Nickal versus Cody Brundage. You guys already know what the pick should be. It's going to be Bo Nickal. He's got hands too. Don't let the submission line fool you. Yes, Cody Brundage is not the fight. Oh, excuse me. Cody Brundage is not that guy that's going to go out and beat Bo Nickal outside of the craziest, most Hail Mary thing in the world. And that's why we love MMA. That being said, he has 2 decision losses, 1 submission loss, 2 knockout losses, 5 knockout wins, 3 submission wins, 1 decision win. So it's safe to say this fight probably isn't going the distance. If you are looking at the over-under in terms of rounds, probably take the under, especially if it's 2.5. If it's half a round, maybe take the over, right? Has a win over Zachary Reese, Jacob Malkoun. He does have a win over Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore, who was on The Ultimate Fighter, I believe, during the McGregor and Chandler tough season. Has a loss over William Knight. Not a bad loss, honestly. William Knight is just a huge dude. So I'm not going to knock him too much for that. kind of had 3 losses in a row. An arm triangle choke. I mean, look, for a wrestler is going to look for that head and arm triangle choke. If I'm just being real, he's just going to be super head heavy. And I think, am I thinking about the submission now? Look, Bo Nickel has wins with his knockouts. He just got the knockout win over Val Woodburn, has a submission, arm triangle choke, right, over Jamie Pickett, a triangle choke with Donovan Beard. You know, he's knocking people out and he's finishing them with chokes. So it's going to be whatever you want. I say knockout. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go with it. Even if I were to boost the XP here, 2,300. I mean, look, I'm gonna give him 400 XP boost just because I know what's gonna happen. I know he's gonna win. He's got to get the knockout, and I think the knockout is for points, but it's probably a safer bet to go with submission. Moving on, Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. This is the people's main event for the BMF belt. Max Holloway moving up in weight from 145 to 155. I think the last time he was at 155, he lost to Dustin Poirier. Dustin was just a bigger guy. But look, Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje are just so much of a different fighter than their early career. They're both so fucking good. And you just can't understate that. I mean, they've been around. They fought who they've needed to fight to become, honestly, some bad motherfuckers, man. Obviously, Justin Gaethje trains with Trevor Whitman, arguably one of the best coaches of all time. You know, he's up there with he's up there with a lot of the greatest coaches. I know. I don't think he has any champions anymore. I don't think anymore, right? But he still got them there, and that's impressive nonetheless. I think Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway are going to go out there. I don't know if they're going to grapple as much. I think Justin would engage in the grappling more, you know, maybe to stay safe if he gets rocked. It's going to be tough to see if Max Holloway can rock Justin Gaethje, just because Justin Gaethje hits hard and he'll take shots, but it's that's tough. He's got the loss to Dustin. I'm talking about Max here. The only guy he couldn't put away was Alex Volkanovski. You know, I don't see Max winning this, though. I still think, even though he's going to be big, and I think we're going to be surprised at the growth of his size, you know, of his body frame and stuff like that. I think because he's older, I think maybe it might be easier for him to put on the weight. Justin has just been fighting at 55 for a long time. And the head kick over Dustin Poirier, man, you can't understate that. That was a shock. I didn't think Justin was going to knock out Dustin Poirier. I thought that fight was going to go to decision. I still think Justin Gaethje gets the knockout. I think he hits too hard. I think it's impressive that we have such a huge submission line here. When was the last time Justin Gaethje submitted someone? He has one submission in 25 of his fights. It's not going to happen. Let's see if we can find it here. I mean, Dr. Stoppage, let's see, punches, elbows. Sam Young in Rage in the Cage 162. There's just there's no chance. Let's go Justin Gaethje knockout. Both these guys can last. I think we see something round 3, round 4. Let's go to that. I'll go just a little bit of the boost because I don't really want to go too crazy with it here, but Weili Zhang and Yan Xiaonan, sorry. Weili has one of the best performances I've ever seen against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. where Joanna just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And that just speaks levels to who Weili has fought. She's fought the who's who. Amanda Lemos, Carla Esparza. Whether or not you like Carla Esparza or you think she's a high-level athlete, she was the champ. And she had to go through high-level competition to get there. And again, Rose Namajunas, losing the 2 fights. Jessica Andrade, Tesha Torres, Jessica Aguilar. Let's see who else. These are all. I think she was fighting. Yeah. So, look, top tier fighter going against Yan Xiaonan. Look, here's the thing: the 10.15x is honestly, I think, just because of the name. I'm not gonna say that Weili doesn't have a sizable advantage here. But if I'm being real, that line is just a little too large for me to not take action on the underdog. I mean, yes, she has a loss to Carla Esparza, but that was in 2021. She has a win over Mackenzie Dern. Okay, that was a majority decision, and a knockout win over Jessica Andrade. Give me Yan Xiaonan to upset here. Give me the knockout upset. I don't think she has any submission wins. Yeah. No submission wins. I don't think it's going to happen. But give me the upset. Give it to me in... Let's go second round. I think she does finish them fast if she is going to finish something. So... And imagine just the XP boost on this. Right? Look at that. Look at that. Almost 7,000 XP for that. And again... Kind of a weird pick. I might flip-flop on this the more I study tape, especially as we come up to UFC 300. And if that's some content that you want to see, go ahead, hit the like, the notification bell, the subscription bell, the whole thing. Let me know what you guys want to see, what kind of content you guys are up for. And if we can get enough people in here, hey, let's get a watch party stream going. Let's get a Discord stream going. Or Discord watch party going. Can't stream the fights, obviously, but if we can watch them all together, I think that'd be pretty cool. So, let's go back into it. The last fight, Alex Pereira and Jamal Hill. I guarantee you, but without even looking at it, Alex Pereira is going to be the favorite here by a huge margin. Knew it, right? Jamal Hill, here's the thing. He didn't lose the belt. He lost it because he got injured, I think, tearing his Achilles playing basketball with Daniel Cormier. Okay? He beat Glover Teixeira, right? So, Alex Pereira is coming for that. He's coming for the revenge. Jamal Hill beating Thiago Santos, beating Johnny Walker, Jimmy Crute, losing to Paul Craig. Kind of crazy. Beats OSP. Look, a lot of good names immediately. High level. And that Johnny Walker knockout, obviously, it's kind of etched into our brains sometimes. Look, Jamal Hill, while he's going to strike with Alex Pereira. I know Alex Pereira is the favorite here. I know Jamal Hill is the underdog. I know I just made a bunch of arguments as to why Jamal Hill should retain it. I don't even think I made any arguments as to why he should retain it. If I'm going to be real with you, look, I'm looking at it right now, okay? Alex Pereira has hands, and Jamal Hill has gone on already, whether it was his own Twitch channel or an interview that he was in. I've already seen him say that he's going to strike with Poatan. He's going to strike. And I think that puts him at a disadvantage here. Alex is a great striker. I don't think he's the best striker out there. I'm not going to give him that, right? Not at that weight class, okay? I just... I don't know. I think if we take a look... let's take a look at... Let's just take a look at the rankings here, okay? If I'm going to be real with you, maybe he is the best striker in that division. I mean, he's going to be big. That's for sure. Jamal Hill is a big guy too. That's a tough one. Ultimately, I'm going to go Poatan probably by knockout over Jamal Hill, just because I think it happens later. I think both these guys are going to kind of like look at each other and be like, oh, you know, maybe not. I don't think I have enough. There we go. Nope, not enough. All right, that's fine. So these are the picks for UFC 300. Arman Tsarukyan, knockout second round. Bo Nickel, knockout first round. Justin Gaethje, knockout third round. Yan Xiaonan, knockout second round. And Alex Pereira, knockout fourth round. I am being very hopeful here. There's probably some of these fights are going to go to decision. They just have to. The fight that I think can go to decision is going to be Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan. Everything else, Weili Zhang and Yan Xiaonan, I think goes to the decision. That's probably a better pick. That's probably a safer pick. If Yan can, I think it is a better decision. Honestly, let's go with that. So a live switch right there, right then. I'm going to tell you guys when I switch. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know what I know, because I'm going to change my mind based on information that I've received. Sometimes up until the fight starts. Like sometimes like I'll just like, and it's not like I'm not watching tape on these guys, but sometimes like I'll see like their training footage that they show that, you know, maybe I just didn't see throughout the week or whatever. And I'm like, ugh. And I can tell you exactly the one time that I knew it was going to happen. When Ciryl Gane was going to go against John Jones, and I saw his training footage, like for his fight, like the when they were hyping him up, and I saw his grappling. Both myself and one of my other training partners, we looked at each other and we go, his grappling looks like shit. If he does this against John Jones, he's going to get fucking just, that's it, right? And what happens? Goes out there, gets the fucking guillotine, right? Or the bulldog choke. One, I want to say it was guillotine, right? Gets the quick submission over Ciryl Gane, and that was it. Look, all I'm saying is this. If you can change your mind that fast, it's okay sometimes. But here's the thing. All of these fights, I think this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to have a very exciting UFC 300. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Follow for more. I'll catch you guys in the next one.